was helping Ling Ling Yang fill baskets with food to take to Waktong as soon as the city gates opened. She knew her family might refuse to see her, but she had to try. She said, "I brought a big bar of milk, chocolate for her little brother, but I didn't always tell her the news that my father brought home. Sometimes the news was so bad that my father wouldn't even tell us. Instead, he'd go to the piano and pound out one piece he knew by heart. Napoleon's Last Charge. I loved the piece, but even more, I liked to watch what it did to my father. He could sit down and at the piano, look as if he was giving up on China. But pretty soon his left hand would go get the cannon booming and the drums beating. His right hand would say, "Giddy up to the horse." Tired. And off they'd go, galloping off to battle. Then both hands would charge faster and faster up and down the keyboard, armor flashing, bugles blowing, and by the end I knew it didn't matter whether Napoleon even fought again or not. My father had won. Still the how do you say that one?
Siege.
The siege went on. One night at supper, I tried to imagine what people in Washington, PA talked about at the end of the day. "What do you suppose they think is news?" I asked. "Well, they're probably worried about the first frost now, and wondering if they should cover up their tomatoes," my father said.
Tomatoes?
We all laughed. Suddenly it seemed both wonderful and funny to have nothing more than a frost to worry about. "Can you imagine us when we get to Washington, PA?" I asked. My father tipped his chair back. "I suppose I'll be watching the papers to see how Pittsburgh is doing on baseball. The Blues and I will be talking about the length of our skirts," my mother added. "And I'll be roller skating all over the place." It wouldn't be long now, I thought. We were due to go to America on the 26th of April. This was the 1st of October. I counted on my fingers. "Just 6 more months," I said, "plus a couple of weeks." My father brought his chair down slowly. "We hope," he said. What do you mean, hope?" The day of our going back to America had already been a sure thing. We had our reservations. We knew the name of our ship, the President's Taft. We have even bought a Dodge car that would be waiting for us in San Francisco, so we could drive across the continent to Pennsylvania. "Well, Jen," my father said, "you can see what war is like. If we were scheduled to leave Hong Kong next week, for instance, we couldn't do it. I'm needed here. But the sage Siege will be over long before spring, I pointed out. You said yourself you don't think that Wenchang could hold out much longer. Yes, and then we'll have to take care of the people and leave living and the death. But that wasn't all. I found out. Even after Wenchang had fallen, the war wouldn't be over. This was only what my father called a skirmish. The main part of the nationalist army hasn't even arrived. Well, for heaven's sake, I exploded. You don't expect to hang around China until it's all through fighting, do you? No, I expect we'll go to America on schedule. I just thought I'd warn you. Delay is possible. I should know by this time. I thought that nothing in the world was sure. Certainly nothing on this side of the world. I felt the tears beginning when Mother put her hand over mine. We're going to begin lessons tomorrow morning, she said. So get your pencils sharpened and your desk in order. School begins at 9 o'clock. My mother was really much better. She was up for most of the day now, and her keys hung around her waist. Oh? Which meant that she was back in charge. I invaded her keys, desk drawer keys, kitchen cupboard keys, trunk keys, door keys, foreigners locked up everything. She was even well enough that she had a visited friend, which was a truth, since I wasn't allowed out all alone now. Days after offered became boring, and I was glad that we'd be studying lessons. I thought my mother must be glad too. Where is it? Can't find it.